Hello everyone. In this video, we will going to discuss what is constitutional law or the Constitution of India. In this video, we will going to discuss the fundamental of constitutional law. First, we discuss the meaning of the constitution. Then, we discuss the kinds of constitution. Then, what is the making of the Indian Constitution or what purpose we make the Indian Constitution? Then what is the nature of the Indian Constitution? Is it a unitary or a federal constitution? So moving forward with the meaning of the Constitution. Constitution is the basic law of the land which outlines the procedure of government, and it provides power and function of the organ of the government. So, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन एक बेसिक लॉ यानी कि एक सुप्रीम लॉ ऑफ द लैंड जिसके पास सुप्रीम पावर है टू कंट्रोल द कंट्री, वो आउटलाइन करता है प्रोसेस और प्रोसीजर ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट को और प्रोवाइड करता है पावर एंड फंक्शन ऑफ द ऑर्गन्स ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट. हमारी गवर्नमेंट का ऑर्गन 3 टाइप्स का ऑर्गन्स होता है. नंबर 1 इज़ लेजिस्लेटिव, नंबर 2 इज़ एग्जीक्यूटिव एंड नंबर 3 इज़ जुडिशरी. सो moving forward, that a constitution is normally meant a document having special legal sanctity which gives legal framework of organs of the government. Why it is giving or having a special legal sanctity? Because a special legal sanctity means constitution of any country. A special legal sanctity is known as the constitution of any country which set out the framework of the principal function of organs of the government. Then a constitutional law. कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल लॉ रिफर करता है रूल्स विच रेगुलेट स्ट्रक्चर फंक्शन ऑफ द गवर्नमेंटल ऑर्गन्स को. देन मूविंग फॉरवर्ड, व्हाट आर द काइंड्स ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. A constitution can be classified into number 1, a written and unwritten constitution. Why constitution is declared as a written or an unwritten constitution? Because unwritten constitution is coming from UK, and a written constitution is coming from USA. What is written constitution? Written constitution means so with the written form of the constitution. The constitution is in written format. That's why it is known as the written constitution. And why we call it an unwritten constitution? Because the constitution is not in a written format like common law, policy, document. So that's why it is called as unwritten constitution. Number 2, we classified it as a rigid constitution or a flexible constitution. Why it is called a rigid constitution and why it is called a flexible constitution? Rigid constitution, it is very difficult to amend the constitution. Amending power with Parliament is very limited, and Moreover, it is very difficult to amend the constitution. That's why it is known as the rigid constitution. Why we call a constitution as a flexible one? Because the easy procedure has been adopted under this type of constitution. Flexible constitution power has been given to parliament or amending the constitution with a easy mechanism. That's why the constitution is known as the flexible constitution. So, and next we move to the third part, which is known as a constitution is known as federal or an unitary one. Why it is called a federal constitution? In this type of constitution, the powers has been distributed between the central and the state. And why it is called as unitary constitution? The all major powers vested with the central government. For example, the UK constitution. So, why it is called a federal constitution? What are the parameters of the federal constitution? The parameters of the federal constitution are system of double government, which means the system having double government like central government and the state government. Then the next parameter of federal constitution was distribution of power between the central and the state government. Then rigidity, strong procedure to adopt or to be adopted. It is known as rigidity. It is also called, or it should be in written form. Federal constitution is always in a written form. And it also, the next parameter was it also having independent judiciary. The judiciary system must be an independent one. Then the last is the supremacy of the constitution. So, this is the parameters of the federal constitution, and then we move to the unitary part. Why it is called as the unitary form of constitution? Because it provides for a system of unitary government is called as unitary constitution. Thus, unitary constitution establishes a unitary government. Example, the unitary constitution is like United Kingdom. The sovereignty lies with British Parliament. In the system of unitary government, the whole of the government is conferred upon a single form or single central organ. What are the merits of the unitary constitution? The merits of the unitary constitution are the central government are very strong. There is no chance of conflict between the governments like federal type of constitution. The single government can take easily discussion or decision for the national importance in concern. So, then we move to the making of the Indian Constitution. Indian Constitution is adopted or it was formed by the chairperson or the chairmanship of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. On 29 August 19 1947, a drafting committee was formed under the chairmanship of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, and it was formed the drafted constitution, which was put before the Constituent Assembly uh, in a statutory sovereign body formed in 1946 by the British, which got plenary power to frame the constitution to suit the genius of the people of India. On 21st February 1948, the drafting constitution was thoroughly discussed in Constituent Assembly. Members of the Constituent Assembly proposed 735 amendment and 2473 amendments. Sorry if I was wrong, please make me correct. Amendment resolution were discussed. So an objective resolution was moved by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, which laid down the objectives of the constitution to be framed by the assembly. Sir B.N. Rao was the constitutional advisor to constituent the assembly. It took 2 years, 11 months and 18 days to make the Indian Constitution. On 26th day of November 1949, the Constitution received the signature of the President of the Constituent Assembly and was declared as passed. On that time, the President was Dr. Rajendra Prasad. The provisions related to citizenship, election, provisional parliament, temporary and traditional provisions were given immediate effect from November 26, 1949. The rest of the constitution came into force on 26 January 1950, and this date is referred to as the date of the commencement of the constitution. Then we move to what are the nature or what is the nature of the unitary of the constitution, whether it is a federal constitution or we say it is a unitary constitution. It is controversial issue as to whether the Indian Constitution is federal constitution or unitary constitution. By analyzing these issues, the Indian Constitution creates double government, that is known as the central government and the state government. Why this is called as the unitary or federal constitution, as I have discussed in my first part of or second slide of the video, then it is the Indian Constitution also provide for distribution of powers. The Parliament can do only law relating to the Union list, which is concerned 97 subject, and the state legislature can do law relating to the state list, which is concerned 66 subject. Certain subject can be legislated by both the Parliament and the state legislature, which is known as the concurrent list, which consists of 47 subjects. Thus, the residual power rests with the Parliament under Article 248 of the Constitution. America, the residuary power rests with the state. Clearly, the Indian Constitution is written constitution contained with list of articles. Further, the amendment procedure also rigid. In some cases, the majority required not less than two-thirds or and half of the state need to be rectified. Under Article 50 of the Indian Constitution, judiciary is separated from the executive and legislature, either independent judiciary. The Constitution of India is the supreme law of the land. Whoever, any organ of the government, legislature, executive, judiciary cannot violate the Constitution. Thus, the Constitution of India controls all the organs of the government. In England, the supremacy lies with the Parliament, but in India, the supremacy lies with the Constitution. So, what is the Federal Constitution? Federal Constitution provides government or Federal Constitution. Government is called the Federal Constitution establishes system of double government, a system of double government, distribution of power, rigidity, written and independent judiciary, and the supremacy of the Constitution. In Indian Constitution, some unitary features also existed like emergency provisions in case of emergency. The Indian Constitution changed as unitary constitution. We can say that Indian Constitution as federal in nature, but according to situation it can change as unitary constitution. According to Justice Review or Justice View, one of the famous justices known as K.C. Ware has characterized the Indian Constitution as a quasi-federal constitution. Then, Genius has decided Indian Constitution as federation with a strong centralized tendency. And according to John Austin, he said that it is a cooperative federation. In short, it may be concluded that the Constitution of India is neither purely federal nor purely unitary, but is a combination of both. Thus, the Indian Constitution is mainly federal with unique safeguard for enforcing national unity and growth. So that's all for today's video. I hope you like it. If you like, please like, share and subscribe to my channel and share this to your friends and family. Thank you.